Hey there, we're back with another Morpheus crypto video that's hotter than a freshly minted Bitcoin. In our last video, we were in bear country with Bitcoin and Ethereum slicing through pivotal support of their 20-week moving averages. But fasten your seatbelt, folks, because the crypto market just suddenly decided to pull off a stunning U-turn, and both have powered back above these crucial support levels. And that's not all. Amidst the fog of legal threats and courtroom drama, altcoins are suddenly surging back, and it's got the markets buzzing. The crypto world moves at warp speed, and here at MTG, we've got you covered. So let's get to it. On the daily chart of Bitcoin, we see a major technical event happen yesterday, and that is that Bitcoin not only launched itself back above its 50-day moving average, a feat it has not achieved in 6 weeks, but it also broke out above its downtrend line from the 2023 high, a downtrend line that's been in place for nearly 2 months. So when you've got key moving averages converging with downtrend lines and the price goes above that, that becomes a much more significant breakout than if we just broke out above a downtrend line or a moving average individually, because you've got the convergence, which makes it for a more powerful breakout. And that's pretty exciting news because that has changed the sentiment of the overall crypto market. And it was also confirmed by higher volume. And Bitcoin actually rallied on its highest volume in nearly 2 months yesterday. And not only that, managed to blast through horizontal price resistance of the prior highs from May. We can see here that the prior highs from May were right around 28,400. And not only did we blast through the downtrend line and 50-day MA, but now today we've actually blasted above that horizontal price resistance as well. So very bullish price action here in Bitcoin. It's one of the top setups we have on our radar for a potential pullback entry. Long-term followers of Morpheus know that we don't chase breakouts. Instead, we wait for a powerful breakout to pull back and give us a lower risk entry point. And that works out really well for us and keeps our risk in control. So at this point, we're going to be looking for some type of a correction by time, which would be a price consolidation where the price moves sideways in a tight range, or a correction by price, which would be a pullback. One possible scenario is that Bitcoin may form a bull flag here pattern, which would be a potential buy point for us as well if we see a bull flag. So definitely watching Bitcoin closely, and we will send a trade alert to Morpheus crypto members if we spot a low risk entry point on this Bitcoin trade setup. Now, with the breakout above the downtrend line and 50-day MA, you can notice we're now within striking distance of testing the highs of 2023, which is actually right around the 31,000 mark from back in April. So I doubt we'll get there, in the next day or two, but with a bit of a short-term correction, such as a pullback or consolidation, the next move could definitely test that high. So we're looking to, again, get an entry point into Bitcoin and ride the swing trade up to test that high. At that point, we would look to sell partial position to lock in profits and then trail a stop on the rest. Now, as for support, if we get a pullback in Bitcoin, obviously we don't want to see the price action go below the 50-day MA and the downtrend line, or the breakout has totally failed, which would be very bad news. We also wouldn't really want to see the price dip much below this prior swing high that we broke out above, the 28,400 level, although an undercut below that level would be okay. Although the focus of yesterday's market action was the massive Bitcoin breakout above the downtrend line and 50-day MA, the altcoin market also benefited from the strength in Bitcoin as Ethereum lifted above a key horizontal price resistance level. Back on June 10th, when news came out of the SEC suing Coinbase and Binance, Ethereum sliced through this horizontal price support level, which was the lows from May. We sliced below that, and for 2 weeks dipped lower, trended lower, but then we had a reversal about 5 days ago, and we tried to climb back above it. And finally, yesterday, we punched back above that 1770 level. So this is a positive sign that Ethereum is back above that level. However, that being said, notice that unlike Bitcoin, Ethereum is now testing resistance of its downtrend line and 50-day MA, which we just showed you Bitcoin had broken out above yesterday. So we see here that Ethereum has obviously been lagging on the daily chart, lagging behind Bitcoin, largely due to that SEC news. But it is very positive that Ethereum did snap back yesterday and is now also poised to follow suit, potentially with breaking out above its downtrend line and 50-day MA, just like Bitcoin did yesterday. Looking at the weekly charts, we mentioned that both Bitcoin and Ethereum have reclaimed their 20-week moving averages. And you can see here on the weekly chart of Bitcoin that BTC has also moved above its 10-week moving average. So it's now back above its 10, 20, and 50-week moving averages, which is a positive sign for the intermediate to long-term trend. Now, Ethereum is still just below its 10-week moving average, but it has snapped back above its 20-week moving average as well. So again, keep an eye on the laggard price action of Ethereum and see if it continues to catch up to Bitcoin. In our previous video, we reviewed a recent short entry into BNB, which we sold short due to its relative weakness when the altcoin market broke down. Now, at the time, we were showing a gain of about 4%. And when the market started to rally yesterday, we made a judgment call to just go ahead and lower our stop and got out early, locking in a gain of 2%. So even though BNB continues to lag the overall market and shows relative weakness, there's no point sticking around in a counter trend trade when we've got a trend reversal happening. Yes, it was a small profit in BNB, but it's all part of staying flexible in this dynamic market. Remember, the most important thing is don't get married to a market position or either side of the market. Here at MTG, we trade what we see, not what we think. And what we saw next was a swift change in the market's temperament that prompted us to get out of our short position and start looking for new long entries. This is actually one of the greatest benefits of being a member of the MTG tribe is that we always focus on notifying you when the trend has reversed so that you can make sure you're always on the right side of the market. When we spoke in our last video, the altcoin market was a ghost town, largely due to the SEC's lawsuit against Coinbase and Binance, which, by the way, if you haven't seen it, be sure to check out our video sharing our thoughts on that situation. We'll leave a link in the comments. But here's the plot twist. After seeing less than 2 weeks of weakness, we suddenly are now seeing traders and investors stepping back into the fray to buy leading altcoins, despite the unresolved lawsuit. Now, that to us is a testament to the inherent strength of the crypto market and the long-term bullish outlook that many people have, regardless of current legal hurdles. Now let's take a look at the charts of a few cryptos currently on our relative strength watch list based on yesterday's bullish price action. And we'll walk through the charts, let you know what's on our radar. Now, when looking for top relative strength cryptos, right now what we're looking for is any crypto that's back above its 10, 20, and 50-day moving averages. So obviously we want to make sure that we're buying the chart patterns that have the most pattern relative strength on the daily time frame. So yesterday, a lot of altcoins rallied, but many of them were simply bouncing off their lows. And if you're just bouncing off their lows, they're still below their key moving averages. It's not something we would look for as a valid swing trade setup. So we're going to go ahead and show you what's on our radar for potential swing trade entry based on its relative strength. First up, we've got STX, and notably, STX had a huge rally yesterday that was really on par with the price action of Bitcoin. Blasted through its 50-day moving average, broke out above a downtrend line, which I have not drawn, and also did so on big volume. Now, notably, STX is actually one of the only altcoins that's actually already registered with the SEC as a security, and that could be playing a part in the strength that we're seeing right now as well, although it does have strong fundamentals. So STX is one of the top cryptos on our radar that we're watching for potential pullback entry. As with Bitcoin, we're looking for a short-term consolidation or a pullback, such as a potential bull flag. We've got support here of the prior breakout level and prior swing highs right around 68 cents. So a dip down to that level or an undercut just below that level would give us a lower risk entry point. Next up, we've got ANT, A-N-T, and what's notable about ANT is that it started showing relative strength last week before yesterday's breakout in Bitcoin. Next on our radar is ANT, A-N-T, and what's notable about ANT is that it actually started showing relative strength before Bitcoin, and you can see the increasing volume here about a week ago, and the price action cruised steadily higher and then broke out above this base of consolidation just a few days ago. Yesterday, the breakout was also substantial on the biggest volume in several months. Now today, however, we're seeing a red candle, and when you've got a long wick on top at the end of a rally with a body like this type of candlestick pattern is a bearish pattern that's known as a shooting star candlestick. Now I say bearish because it only indicates basically that the price action may be getting heavy in the short term and could be due for a correction. but the overall short-term trend is bullish in ANT. So based on this pattern of the shooting star, we are looking for a bit more of a pullback in ANT, and maybe some volatility contraction with the price action tightening could give us a low risk entry point. So we're looking for a potential low risk pullback entry in ANT. Ocean is a leading altcoin in the AI sector, and yesterday we saw that the price action moved back above the 20 and 50-day moving averages after consolidating in a tight sideways range for the past week. And when we see this type of tight consolidation with a move above key moving averages, it often leads to an explosive breakout. Now, we have not seen any follow through yet on this move. It's still kind of holding in that range. But we definitely are still anticipating a potential breakout based not only on the chart pattern, but also the fact that Ocean was a former leader in the AI sector. And last up is SFP. SFP caught our attention last week when it broke out above its 10, 20, and 50-day moving averages on huge volume. Notice this huge volume spike, and it didn't stop there. The price continued higher for 4 more days, also with volume surging higher. So there's definitely some bullish price action and some stealth accumulation going on in the market here for SFP. And now we are looking for a potential pullback entry in SFP, or at least a bit of a short-term consolidation with a volatility contraction. It's also notable that SFP is the crypto coin for a decentralized wallet platform, which may be benefiting from the recent news of the SEC going after several centralized exchanges. Now, earlier we mentioned that when we look for swing trade setups, we look to buy relative strength as opposed to buying something that's just bouncing off the lows. However, we also keep our eyes out for potential day trade setups, and we alert our members in the chat room of potential day trade ideas. And yesterday with CFX, we alerted our members to a potential breakout in CFX as it was moving above the high of this tight 10-day consolidation on big volume. And we notified our members when it was right around 0.195, and we said that we were going to be looking to sell and take profits on a move into the 20-day MA, which is this blue line. And that's exactly what happened. We enabled our members to score a profit of roughly 11% on this day trade idea from any members who took the trade. So again, the Morpheus crypto has what we call official setups, where those are swing trade setups in our portfolio. But for the more advanced traders and those who are comfortable with day trading, we also provide a steady flow of day trade ideas based on price action and momentum. And you can see with CFX yesterday that that's exactly what happened. We had the breakout above this tight range. This caught our attention. We notified our members, and it was a nice little trade. Which brings me to this. If you want to stay ahead of the game, the Morpheus Crypto chat room is the place to be. With the Morpheus Crypto service, you get real-time alerts, exclusive insights, and a community of traders just like you. Just head over to morpheustrading.com and sign up right now to start trading with confidence. As always, this is Darren with Morpheus Crypto. Stay flexible, stay profitable, and most importantly, remember to trade what you see, not what you think.